Elliot Middleton runs a barbecue restaurant in rural South Carolina. But there's one thing he loves even more than grilling the perfect rack of ribs: fixing cars, and then giving them away to those in need for free. 64 in the last year alone. Once word got around, people started donating cars from all over the county. Some only need minor repairs. Others will be used for parts. Elliot parks them all, up to 100 cars, in a field across from his great-grandmother's house. He has no shop, so he does the repairs in his driveway and improvises when necessary. How does he pay for it all? He has relatively few expenses. He lives with his mom in the house he grew up in, drives a 20-year-old Toyota that he picked up in a junkyard, and raises chickens, which he can't bring himself to eat. In February of 2020, Elliot and his business partner Charles started the barbecue restaurant, in part to support Elliot's charity work. It was at the very beginning of the pandemic, and 2 weeks after they opened their doors, the county ordered all restaurants to shut down. They almost went under, but managed to switch to curbside pickups, and the community rallied behind them. Elliot spent more and more time fixing cars, and Charles took over running the restaurant. It's the sort of thing that might tear a partnership apart, but in this case, it did just the opposite.
And then I told him, I said, well, Elliot, you're gonna have to stop cooking for a while. I'm telling you now, you're not gonna have time to come out here and cook. I can handle it. Community's backing you, I'm backing you, your family's backing you. We're here, so let's do it.
Even with all the support, Elliot had his hands full. Requests for cars were pouring in, and there wasn't enough money or mechanics to go around. You'd think Elliot would put on the brakes, but instead, he made plans to expand. He found an old tanker and is turning it into a mobile barbecue grill. Once it's polished, he'll use it to host free barbecue events in communities that have donated cars. Though it may not be ready for a while. Elliot's also hoping to build a shop behind his house so that he can work no matter what the weather. What makes a man like Elliot dedicate his life to helping others? Elliot credits his dad, who passed away just a month before Elliot opened the restaurant.
I love hearing the stories about him doing great things, and that encouraged me to do great things as well.
But it was Elliot's mom who taught him to love his community. Miss Patty is an ex-school teacher and minister who practiced what she preached.
Don't climb that ladder by yourself. Always grab somebody's hand and pull them up the ladder with you. Because when you get to the top of that ladder, you will cheer, but it's going to be lonely if you're cheering alone. So cheer with the one that you pull up.
She also taught Elliot how to cook.
And you have to keep stirring it. Don't let it burn.
Every Sunday, she makes a big family dinner, and everyone's invited.
Hello, the food ready?
It's ready.
I'm hungry.
Everybody's hands washed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Michael, this is pork roast.
Most young people can't wait to leave rural South Carolina and make a better life for themselves. But for Elliot, There's something far more important than material possessions.
Just being close to everybody, knowing everybody, just feeling comfortable, feeling loved in the area. It's a great feeling just to know that you're amongst family for miles and miles and miles.
It's more than just a warm feeling. What if your car breaks down?
You call AAA, could be out there for 4 hours. Call a family member, even if they're not close by, they're like, okay, well, let me call my buddy who's heading out that way. You're talking 30 or 40 miles in between neighboring towns. You need to have that connection to where somebody can call somebody that can call somebody that can help you.
For Elliot, there's no better place to raise his daughters and teach them.
Yeah, it's like a puzzle piece. Would you be able to put it back together? Mostly just really being able to take care of yourself. I physically want to put them in situations where they can see that, yes, you can do these things, because then that gives you, more independency. Having that sense of pride that I can do this and I'm not going to call my dad for assistance right now because I believe I can do it.
Yeah, I have to get an extension for this.
I'll call him once it's done and show him like, hey, look what I did.
I got it.
You got it?
Mm-hmm.
But it's not just family that binds Elliot to this place. He is deeply rooted to the land itself. The South Carolina lowlands are tailor-made for a boy who loved the outdoors. Flat as far as the eye can see, it is defined by water. Filled with prehistoric sago palms, ancient oaks draped with Spanish moss, and resurrection ferns. The sound of sweetgrass rustling in the wind. Endless wildlife. And lots of mud.
The smell of pluff mud in the morning, I can never replace that with anything else. I would definitely always want to live here.
The restaurant is finally reopening its doors. Elliot and Charles want to thank the community for supporting them through the pandemic, so they're organizing an afternoon of free food, music and dancing, a bonfire, and a bouncy house. Elliot posts about it on social media, then opts for a more traditional way to get the word out.
Free barbecue for everybody, jump castles.
In a small town like Auendow, everyone ends up in the barber's chair. The celebration is off to a rocky start. It's a cold January day, and no one's showing up. They bought 70 pounds of pork. Margins are slim. They can't afford to throw it out. Then gradually, the place starts filling up. The mayor stops by for some ribs. Elliot immediately pitches his latest plans.
So then it's kind of like
The kids have found the bouncy house. And Elliot's mom arrives. Then things really take off. The laughter starts. And doesn't stop. Toss in a bonfire, drinks, and music, and something magical happens. In the end, Elliot isn't just giving away cars. He's bringing people together, reminding us that life is about more than making money, that if you want to be happy, invest in your family and friends.